This video is intended to show you a little bit more about your Canvas classes as well as your Google Classroom classes. So I just wanted to remind you that in order to, let's go to dashboard. In order to get to Canvas, you'll go to llschools.instructure.com. You could navigate there if you ever forget through students, links, and then go to Canvas right here. You're going to log in the same way that you log into your MacBook. And we can see that this student has 5 different classes that are available to her right now. The student actually moved out of Miss Adkins' class and Mr. Hathoot's class into different history and English classes. So what we did is we went to the 3 little dots, which means there's some sort of menu. We moved this class to the bottom, to the top or the bottom, right? You also know that you can change certain things about how it's displayed. So maybe you want to give it a nickname, and you would then apply, and then all of a sudden, now you can customize all of these things, right? So what if there's a class that you think you should have on Canvas, but you don't see it showing up? Not all of your teachers are using Canvas this year. So you as a student can go to where it says courses over here and select all courses. When you do that, you can see here are the classes that I am currently enrolled in through PowerSchool, although some of these classes the student is no longer enrolled in. You can also see over here, notice there are some teachers who have not made their Canvas accounts or Canvas classes published. And so what I'm showing you this for is because I don't want you to stress out. If you think you're supposed to have access to Canvas, your teacher's probably already communicated that. Don't stress out because this teacher, for example, is using Google Classroom, a different learning management system. Something else I wanted to show you that's really cool, if we go to your account and we go to settings or notifications, we can set up notification preferences so that your teacher, when they post an activity or an assignment or a grade or whatever, you can receive different notifications. But I want you to see the default. Notice the default is this email address to whatever your student number is at llschools.net. The problem with that is that we actually don't have the Gmail settings set up. So what I want you to see instead, let me see if I can get there. Notice I went to account, then settings, and over here we can add maybe an email address, although I would really recommend that you consider instead, like if you wanted to put your phone, you could add your phone number. You would have to add your cell phone number. You could select your carrier. Obviously, the school is not going to pay for your text messages, so know that if you're putting that on there, you're receiving those text messages through your carrier. So I'm going to close that. I just wanted you to see that there are different ways of setting up notifications. Okay, and then what other questions do you have? None necessarily. Mm-hmm. Notice over here there are some to-dos. These are assignments that have you done any of these yet?
Yeah.
Which one have you done? Have you had this one? So this is a really cool tool for you to stay organized, and I would use it like a checklist. When something is done, you would cross it out. Okay, I don't have to do that anymore. So like notice there's way more. There's all these items that need to be completed, and this will take you to them. And as you complete them, I think they go away, right? So these are things that are planned coming up. We're gonna navigate out of that. So play around with your Canvas. Show other folks how to use theirs and set them up. Now I'm going to take a little walk over to oh, look, here's a calendar. This calendar shows different assignments, right? You could click on the assignment. Let's see if it'll take you to that. I could click on it. It'll take me to that assignment. And that way I can go straight to it and I could start working on it if I needed to. Some of your teachers are having you do this in class, which is important because you're probably getting instruction that's going to help you to do the assignment. So I personally would recommend all students not to work ahead. All of these assignments are taking place probably in class, and your teacher's giving you information in class so that you better understand what's happening. This isn't an online class. This is just a learning management system. So anyway, we're going to go now to Google Classroom. How do I get to Google Classroom? So you probably already know that this is like your box of Google Apps. You're logged in with your student ID number at llschools.net. We're going to click on that box of apps. From here, we can access docs, sheets, slides, forms. Right now, I'm going to go to Classroom. Quick note, Gmail is not set up by the district right now. So if you're trying to reset passwords and you're using your student ID number at llschools.net, you're not going to receive those Gmails. In fact, it probably looks just like this. This is a test. I've never looked in here. See, there's nothing here unless it's from Gmail itself. So I'm going to go back to my classroom. In order to use Google Classroom, you have to join using a class code. If the class code isn't working, more times than not, it's because you haven't logged in with your school email address. You're logged in with your personal Gmail. So make sure that you are logged in with your appropriate email. This student has already begun to use Google Classroom. Notice that here's a stream of all of the things that have been posted in reverse chronological order. Teachers, if you want, I can teach you how to turn off class comments. That's for a different time. And then notice classwork. This is the stuff that you need to be working on, right? So here's some classwork. There's some due dates. Here are some projects. There are due dates. If you click on them, it'll take you to the assignment, right? And then you can click on the link and you would do it from there. So that's kind of a quick tutorial, but I wanted to show you one last thing. Those of you who are using Canvas, because we do not have email, you might want to send your teacher, like this teacher, we might want to send this teacher an email. Maybe this teacher doesn't use Remind, or you don't want to email their school email from your own email account. You could go to People through Canvas, and when you're there, you can choose the teacher, select their name, and you can send that person a message, okay? And that will go directly to that person's email address. I hope this was helpful. Thank you all. We're learning as we go, and have a great day.